I know I'm a little late to the party, but people have been really asking for me to weigh in on all the things that have been said with conjunction, or in conjunction with this Jay-Z situation, the NFL, and the other comments about Colin Kaepernick. I love my brother Jay-Z. I pray to God that there is a plan for his intention with the NFL deal that holds something powerful for Black people and social injustice. I do have to say, in all fairness, and this is one of the things that we have to get to as Black people in our country. I love my wife to death. But if there is something that she does that I may have a particular problem with, I can fairly, with love, scrutinize what has been done and voice my opinion about it. It doesn't mean that I don't love her. It doesn't mean that I don't respect her. What it means is that as her husband second, but her brother first, as a godly man, my wife is still is a sister under God's eyes. So as her brother, I examine certain things, but as her husband, I examine certain things further. So the actions of those things can come under scrutiny because of my love and my respect for her. That's my job as her husband and brother under God. As my brother, if Jay does something that doesn't feel right or doesn't look right to me, I can fairly voice that opinion and still love him, still respect him, still honor him, but I can fairly call out what I see. That's under God. So what I heard was some powerful things in the way of entertainment, but I think that what Black people are calling out and didn't feel right to us, and you know what? Not even to us, to me. What didn't feel right to me was I heard a lot of great things about what was happening on the entertainment side. And I haven't watched football in 2 years because I'm just not down with what I see. I'm not down with what I'm feeling as far as that league is concerned. And so for me, my choice and my house, white football don't even exist. I'm just going to keep that 1,000 up in here. And that's a great segue for what I'm about to talk about. So football doesn't even get shown in my house. Unless, of course, you come over to, my house for a holiday celebration. And I know that certain people want to watch that. And so rather than be the bad guy in the room, I put it on because these are my guests. Just like, when I'm a vegan, but we also serve meat in my house because I don't eat meat. But why? My guests eat that. So that's what you want? Hey, knock yourself out. So that's the only time that football ever gets shown in my house. But above and beyond that, what we heard was this great plan for halftime. And I know that he's going to produce some great halftime content. But what we didn't get to hear was this great content in terms of the social aspect of what this deal should cover. And here's what I don't ever want to happen. My brother can't tell me that we should be past the protest unless he tells me or unless he tells us what we should do in lieu of that protest. That's what never happened. That's the part I'm having a problem with. Okay, moving on. And again, all due respect to my brother Jay, I really do hope that there's a social injustice and social injustice component to this deal that we just don't know about and that he wants to roll out later. I thought fairly he should have done that right from the gate, but I'm not here to judge that. But I am here to assess that. I can do that. Now that moves us to this commentary that I heard from a brother. And again, I don't even want to call him out because I don't want people to think that I never attacked the person. I'm only attacking the position. But we heard this commentary from this brother who questioned Colin Kaepernick and, he's of mixed race and Kenny Styles and being of mixed race and Eric Reed and all of these people who can't carry the full weight of blackness, which is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. Because let me tell you something. Police officers don't care that you are mixed race. There's no barometer. You don't get to they don't get to hold up a bag and hold it up to your skin. Nobody cares about that. There's no way to measure that. A police officer who comes up, who's an unjust police officer, let me just point that out before anybody loses their mind. An unjust police officer who comes up to your vehicle never says, oh, by the way, are you of mixed race? No. If he's in that space where he doesn't like the color of your skin and he's targeted you because of that, you are going to get the full brunt of that. So for him to make the comment of Colin Kaepernick not being able to speak to any of this because he hasn't felt the full weight of being black is utterly disgusting and ridiculous. And my brother, you told on yourself, because what I think you did was I think you finally revealed how you may feel about your brothers and sisters of a lighter hue. But that's a completely different issue, particularly when you talk about brother's girlfriend, Nessa, because she ain't black. Like, I couldn't even believe that he had the nerve to question why Colin Kaepernick even got to this place. Like, I couldn't care less about how Colin came to fight for the liberation of black people or fight for social injustice. I really couldn't. All I care about is the fact that this is another brother who decided to take up the cause. That's what I care about. I'm not hearing you make as much noise about social injustice, social awareness, the liberation of black people as I'm hearing about you examining somebody of mixed race and about whether they're qualified to carry the torch because they don't carry the full weight of being black in America. So I'm really disgusted at the fact that one of our biggest problems is bad enough that we have to deal with the oppressive nature of dealing with white against black, but now we got to deal with the oppressive nature of black against black. Man, come on, man. How do we fight one battle as we're fighting the battle within? Man, we got to get past that. It's utterly ridiculous. And we got to have each other's backs. And we can't go after one another and start measuring each other on these ridiculous notions about who is more qualified. Because if we're going to do that, now we got to start calling into question people throughout our history. We got to call into question W.E.B. Du Bois, Angela Davis, Malcolm X. The list just goes on and on. The very notion of that is just utterly ridiculous. If we can't get past that, how do we get past what the real nature of what this fight is about? And that's about oppression coming from the other side. That's what this battle really is about.